Yeah, I love it. Patch here. I'm just going to run through, as part of this mini series that we're doing, I'm going to run through my hunting setup that I take on culls, on stalks, up and down the country. Yeah, this is Tikka Ace Game. I've got it chambered in 308. I had to wait ages for this. It's got a 20-inch barrel. I've changed the trigger spring inside it. So I've got like a Yo Dave aftermarket trigger spring. It makes it nice and crisp. You see I put some hockey tape on just for some grip. The sort of where the Tikka sign is, just above the pistol grip, you can actually take this off and you can spin it around, sort of at a thumb rest. If you were to have it sort of at this point at the top, your hand angle would be slightly further back. I like mine slightly further forward, so that's sort of why I've got mine on that forwardmost point rather than the rear one. But you could have it on the downward point if you wanted to. I've sort of changed the butt slightly, and I've put a little bit of hockey tape on the cheek well. That's just a touch point, so every time I jump down on the rifle, be at whatever position, I know that if I'm touching my cheeks on that hockey tape, I know that I'm in a position there to take a shot. Okay, on this Tikka Ace Game, it's got a fixed stock, it's not a folding stock, and it has got an adjustable cheek piece. As you can see, sort of I've stopped it pretty much at the bottom, not quite at the bottom. I've stopped that there because I can store my rifle like that, nice and flat, take the bolt out, nice and easy to take the bolt out then. But then the minute I need it, I pop that up, pull it all the way up, and then that's in position for me. You'll notice as well, the length of pull on this for me is quite short. I really like the short length of pull at the minute, sort of getting nice and tucked in behind the rifle, getting that rifle central to my body, sort of as close to my sort of sternum as I can. And I sort of, gone are the days of where I used to like a longer length of pull. I like getting it nice and tight now, and it's just like a little change that I've made to my shooting. So the reason I have got it short, yes, I do like getting close, but it's because of the different sort of awkward positions that we do shoot off when stalking. You can't always, as I say, always fight for prone. You can't always get prone. So if you're on these elevated positions, getting closer behind the rifle, getting tighter, allows you to manage that recoil a lot better. Sat on top then, I've got the Nightforce cantilever 30mm rings, and then within those rings, I've got the Nightforce NX8 on top. Got the Mil-C version 1 reticle inside. I was sporting the Attacker on top of here with the tremor-free reticle. You know how we feel about tremor, we love it. However, where I found when I was in Scotland last, it was very busy for sort of hunting, for specific hunting, because I was just sort of scanning and searching different targets within the herd. I just found a lot going on, whereas now I've stripped it back to the Mil-C, I find it a lot easier. And it's got the illuminated reticle, which does really help in those low light conditions. So that's just a little switch that I've made for my personal setup out on these hunts, which I've found beneficial. It's the 4-32 NX8 on top, and then I've just got a little cantilever sort of midway down the tube. As you all know, sort of you want to be level when you take that shot. I've got the throw lever attached just for when we have been up in Scotland recently. Snow's come in, it's been horrendous, so trying to grab that has been pretty stinking. So the fact that I've got this throw lever on has made it a lot easier to do that. And then going forward on this nice bronze body, the colour scheme on this is turbo, by the way. I've got the Tier 1 tactical bipod. We got sent that by Tier 1, which was really great of them. And I didn't get on with it at first. It had the pan head on it. It had the pan head, I just didn't screw it down, and I was moving around with it and it kept falling off, kept spinning around. I was like, what is going on? And then I eventually played with the kit, and it's got a little screw in here which I'd done up, and it's fixed in place now. It doesn't spin anymore, which is what I wanted. It still tilts left and right, but what I do like about this bipod is, yeah, it does 90, that's fantastic, but it also does that 45. So if you do need to get that sort of slightly lower prone and some slightly awkward shots sort of in the heather or in the hill, it's fantastic. It weighs nothing as well, and I'm really enjoying using it, to be honest. As you can see here, sort of going forward with the bipod, I don't have a suppressor on at the minute. I do run a suppressor. I run the Stalin X180, I think it is, or 108. The Stalin X108, Max will pop a picture up here. I do usually run one, I've just not brought it with me today for the video. I always fire suppress when I'm hunting. now when sort of training for competitions and that, I've sort of flipped the other way and I do like a muzzle brake, but for hunting, I do always shoot suppressed. And then just attached, I've just got my Ferro Concepts, I think it is, or VTAC, just an old sling that I had in work. Don't need that now, so I just use it hunting. And yeah, that pretty much completes my hunting setup. I've got these sort of the grip tape on here, one, because I think it looks cool. It's probably slate me in the comments to say it doesn't, but protects the scope as well. Sort of when you're crawling around, knocking it, it gives a bit of extra protection. And then I've got the Leo Photo tripod, the inverted tripod. I like shooting off a tripod. I've never really got on with quad sticks. I just never have. I find once you're on a position, you can't really track with it if your target's moving and you have to wait to break the shot. It's very sort of clunky to move it around. I like throwing these down, getting on quite quickly with these, and it's just how I've always trained with them. I have said to myself though, 2026, I do want to try quad sticks, so I will be picking up a set. If you guys can recommend some in the comments, please do, and then I can sort of get to work using them, see if they're any good. But yeah, that is my hunting setup. Chambered in 308, use it for all the deer. Yeah, I absolutely love it. Cool, that is my hunting setup. This is what I've been using for the past 12 months now. I really enjoy it, and I hope you guys sort of like looking at different bits of kit that we use as instructors. If you've got any tips, tricks, or sort of additions that you'd like to see to this rifle, please do let me know in the comments. I'll see if I can give any of them a go, see if any of them sort of take my fancy. But thank you very much for watching, spending the time to sort of watch me drone on about my hunting setup. Please stay tuned. We've got competition setups, sort of trainer setups, we've got foxing setups, we've got lots of different setups that I want our team to run through. So stay tuned and you'll see those on the next video.